Hejka, witam wszystkich serdecznie. Dzisiaj znowu jesteśmy w Our Life Begins and Always i będziemy sobie przechodzić dalszą część tej gry. Ostatnio zaczęliśmy sobie ledwie, także dziś będziemy kontynuować. No i co się działo w sumie ostatnim razem? Ostatnim razem w sumie poznaliśmy tatę Kołwa i samego Kołw, którzy... Dobrze chyba pamiętam imię, mam nadzieję. Którzy właśnie się przeprowadzili tu do naszego miasteczka. Trochę mieliśmy zarys właśnie sytuacji, miasteczka i tak dalej. I później była ta scenka na górce za naszym domem. No, ale polecam w ogóle zobaczyć, a nie tak, że ja tak na sucho mówię. No, a dzisiaj to... A rozpoczynam sobie od chyba bycia, nie wiem, w domu jesteśmy chyba. Także możemy zacząć. Next morning, you finished your breakfast so fast that you practically inhaled. Okej. Okay. Szybko zjedliśmy śniadanie. Oh, it's not easy. Had run out earlier to go play. You stayed put. Lizzy gdzieś już poszła, nasza siostra. A, czyli tak jak obiecałem twojej mamę, to Kołw przyszedł nas odwiedzić. Okej, to są nasze mamy, tak? Excited to see your new friend again, Dalia? Yeah, a lot. If you were going to get married, it made sense to be around each other. Jezus, bo ja ostatni raz dałem wybór, żeby chcę za niego wyjść, ale dobra, to pomińmy na razie to, zobaczymy co z tego wyjdzie. Ale to wspominają właśnie. Zobaczmy co mamy dalej. Isn't that just the sweetest thing? Jezu, one się do mnie normalnie nabijają te matki. I bet the two of them are going to be great playmates. Okay. With that said, are you done with your breakfast? Am I? Good job, he should be here soon. It was hesitant, like the person who wasn't sure they were in the right place. Still loud. We need to get a more obvious doorbell. I know. Dalia, could you get it? You practically slipped out of your chair and the way to the door. O, przyszli. To jest tata Kołwa i to jest Kołw. Hey Rose Gold Family, thanks for having us. No witają się, że dzięki, że mogliśmy przyjść. Mr. Holden and as your moms have called him and his son were here. Both look different in the bright lighting of your living room. Of your living room. And when he wasn't crying. No wygląda jakby miał wywalone na wszystko. With his dad standing in front of him and mom and mommy behind you, you and Cole look at each other. Pleased to see the interesting new boy again, you smiled at Cole. Cole returned it shyly. O, uśmiechnął się. Dobra. You twisted the threaded bars on your wrist. Crystal bed. Dobra, nie rozumiem, ale to chyba chodzi o... A zaraz się upewnię, bo tu nawet nie rozumiem zbytnio, więc nie bym się upewnił, żeby wiedzieć o czym mowa. To dajcie sekundkę, ja znajdę tłumacza. Tak. Tłumacz. I twisted. The flower. On your wrist. Chyba chodzi o przekręcenie pędzlów z kolorników kwiatowych na nadgarstu. O, dobrze myślałem, dobra. Kwiatowych. Okej. Let's go play in my room. Okay.
Take care.
Let us know if you need anything, you two. Ej, bierzemy go do pokoju, no to nieźle. Have fun, kids.
See you.
See you later, son. Play nice. A fajny pokoik. You led him to your room, puffing out your chest a little bit at the sight of your treasures. There were lots of stuffed animals and cool bed, a window to look out. It was a great room. You hadn't had anyone to show it to in a while, but you were really proud of it. Znaczy opisujemy swój pokój, mówimy, że jesteśmy z niego dumni, ale nie było w sumie komu go pokazywać. He leaned in a little closer to one of your drawings on the wall. Przygląda się tam obrazkowi jakiemuś. I like this. Thank you, Paweł. You're welcome. You smiled at him, bo on tam jakiś obrazek widział i pochwalił. You smiled at him, you were proud of that particular piece of art, and you were glad he noticed it. He turned to look around the room a little more, studying the books on your desk and the pictures on the walls. Started to feel a bit nervous. You felt the atmosphere was kind of awkward. You were glad for the company. You hoped he liked your room. Dobra, to jest ręczna atmosfera. You wanted to say something, but didn't know what, so you let him keep looking. Then his eyes landed on the tiny box of beach things you'd collected, tucked away by your door. He took a step towards it before hesitating and pointing at it instead. A hoard of stuff I found on the beach.
Oh.
Do you have any driftwood in here? There? Dragging the box into the middle of the room, you and Co flopped down next to it. I think so. Yeah, see? You gestured to a piece of at the bottom, still covered with specks of sand.
Neat.
Neat. The good collection. Okay, pochwali naszą kolekcję rzeczy z plaży. You got the sense from the tone of his voice that he wasn't just saying it to be nice, or to be like Shiloh. He actually meant it. Czyli, że no nie mówi tego tak po prostu, tylko faktycznie ma to na myśli, tak czujemy. Alright, I almost forgot. Shiloh is gonna be here today. Czekajcie, Shiloh? Dobra, Shiloh nie będzie. Lizzie's friend. Or like her number one fan, I guess. Do I have to see him? It should be okay. I mean, he's Lizzie's friend, not mine, but you know. Come on, check out my shelves some more. I found this one under a big piece of seaweed. He washed as her hand. You pulled out seashell after seashell, explaining where you'd gotten each one and holding them up against the light. There were big ones, small ones, pink, purple and orange. Most of them you washed off in the bathroom sink when you brought them home, cleaning off the sand. Napisujemy tam muszelki, które właśnie poznajdowaliśmy, pokazujemy mu je, no i tam informowaliśmy, że Shiloh, czyli pan numer 1 naszej siostry Lizzie, ma przyjść. Over the past few years, you'd even learned some of their scientific names. Drugie. The collection was so huge and varied that you had lots of funny stories to tell for all of them. Your voice faltered a little bit, but you kept going as best as you could. Okay, to. You had a whole picture book dedicated to different shells as sea life and sea life. You learned a lot by flipping through it pages. No, czyli tam mamy jakąś książkę z różnymi właśnie dedykowaną muszelką i różnym żyjątkom wodnym. Apparently fascinated either by the stories or by the shells themselves, both listened with what looked like the full force of his attention. No, czyli tą pełną atencję jego mamy. It was a new experience to be the center of such dedicated focus. For some reason it was making your cheeks feel warm. You had never felt like this around someone before. It was kinda weird. Kids, come down to the living room. You could tell the idea was making him unhappy, but Mommy wasn't giving you much of chance to hang around. Cove hadn't been like this meeting you. You guessed it was because he think you found each other by accident, not that a parent made it happen. Mr. Holden must be right that telling Cove his dad was part of that would be a bad idea. Dobra. I tyle nas mamy. Zeszliśmy do saloniku sobie, bo nazwała mamuśka. Mamy tak. Before you knew it, you'd both seen escorted downstairs and deposited in the living room, ready for Shylock's visit. The two of you sat side by side on the floor in your home's entryway. I brought a box of shells. I wanna keep looking at them. Great. Bust it open. We can keep looking while we wait for Shylock. Cove reached in and pulled it out big orange shell. Oh, like he hadn't spoken aloud yet? He turned to you and held it up, his eyes shining. I think this one is the best of them. It's my favorite too. I like a different one best. Kurczę, dać mu jedną, czy powiedzieć, że też moja ulubiona? Dobra, niech bierze. Oh, look at you in surprise, his eyes going wide. Really? Sure, you like it a lot, right? Uh-huh. But I don't want to take it from you, it's okay. No, czyli nie chcę wziąć, ale zobaczymy jak to się potoczy. You got the impression he was hesitant to accept something because he didn't know you very well. You insisted. No, it's okay for you. You pushed the shell against Cove's chest, willing him to receive the present, but Cove firmly shook his head and kept his arm tightly at his sides. It was a battle you couldn't win, at least not today. Cove was your neighbor now, maybe you could give it to him another time. The two of you were still sitting on the floor looking through your collection of beach findings when their doorbell finally rang. O, czyli ktoś dzwonił w końcu do drzwi, ktoś w końcu przyszedł. Cove podskoczył. Przez ten dźwięk. Since the person hadn't knocked, you figured it was probably Shylock. You knew where to look for that. Is his friends? You nodded, but that didn't seem to make Cove feel better. It was already obvious that Cove didn't hide his feelings well. You could tell what he was thinking right away. This isn't a good idea. He's at our only door, and if you go upstairs, he'll find you. Cove glanced around the room, his eyes wide, and finally paused with his gaze looked into the back of her house. I can go out the window. He was already walking towards it. Scrambling to think of something to say, you stepped forward, then paused. Okej, jakiś wybór. Czyli on nie chce się z nim widzieć, ale teraz mamy jakieś opcje, dobra. Czy chcesz coś zrobić ze swoim innym, drugim ramieniem? Shylock jest najmniej sterżną osobą żyjącą. Pocieszyć i Shylock cię polubi. Nie zrób sobie krzywdy. Idę z tobą. Dobra, pomóc, chodźmy. Jak go nie przekonałem, to idę z nim, dobra. Harry, they'll see where we're going. He glanced back at you and then nodded. The two of you made your way to the window together. Znaczy idziemy do okna razem. Chyba będziemy oknem wychodzić. Chyba weszliśmy nawet. It wasn't much of a distance to clamber out, but by the time you landed, get gently in the bushes. You looked up to see that Cove was already taking off away from the house. He was fast, but you knew you could outrun him if you had to. He was not that fast, you knew you could outrun him if you had to. He was not that fast, but neither were you. Cove, I coming. Hey, idziemy. You ran as fast as your legs would take you, grass whipping around your ankles as you did so. Cautiously, Cove slowed to a halt and looked back at you. Where are you going? I don't know. somewhere else. I just don't want to see Dalia. Nie, no nie gadajcie, że nas dogoniło ten chłopak. You look back at saw Sherlock having down the hill after you. The backpack that he clutched bouncing all around along the way. What are you doing? Can I come? He must have seen you leaving out the window and followed behind. Oh, hi, are you Cove? Okay, czyli to jest Sherlock. Yeah. I'm Sherlock. Okay. Are we going back? Are we gonna play outside? Jakiś taki chyba natrętny trochę, a ten Cove chyba nie jest zadowolony, że on przyszedł. Sherlock's eyes moved between you and Cove. The smile remained strong on his face. I got a tiny frown from Cove in response. You were just grateful he hadn't asked why you had been running away. Inside, we left the box on the floor. Right, my shells and stuff. We had to make sure they're okay. Okay. Sherlock trailing behind you and Cove headed back toward the house. The plan for the afternoon, at least as far as you were concerned, was to sit and look at the beach things some more. You weren't really in the mood to do much of anything else, especially if Cove was having fun. No czyli dalej przyglądaliśmy te rzeczy z muszokami i tak dalej, bo nie mieliśmy co robić. Hey, check out this scallop shell I found. Cool, right? Damy jakoś te muszelce. It's pretty color. Kinda like my cast. Okay. Muszelce gadamy, no. The beautiful glittering pink did look a little bit like the wrap around his arm. Pink is a nice color. Okay. Is it your favorite? Not really. What is? Maybe green or blue? I might be yellow. It might be yellow. Oh, those are all cool. I guess. Not sure how to deal with this anymore. Ja też lubię te kolory. Niesamowite. Both of them smiled. Like usual, I didn't take long for Sherlock to get fidgety. Lizzie was his favorite. Without her around, Sherlock didn't seem to know what to do with himself. And Cole wasn't like your sister. He wasn't that much like you either. Is Lizzie coming back? Don't know. Oh. Where'd she go? I think she was at the beach, probably. Is she playing at her park? Cove's eyes lit up the mention of the park and he looked towards you. There's a park? Yeah, but it's old. Can you show me? I wanna go. He started getting up before you had been answered, and Sherlock jumped up beside him in excitement. Really? You do too? Right, Dalia? The park is fun. I love it. The park is pretty great. Dobra, jest great, okej, będzie. Że park jest świetny. Ale park, mam nadzieję, że chodzi o park, a nie robię z siebie teraz idiotę, że chodzi o coś innego, ale... Yeah, it's right at the beach. So there's a lot of fun stuff to do, and lots of sand. It has a jungle gym and a bunch of swings. That sounds like it could be cool. So, are we going to find Lizzie? I don't know. I never really wanted to see her, I just want to check the park out. A drift without any direction, Sherlock finally turned to you. Okay. He perked up. Both boys wanted to go. It was only fair. After getting permission from your moms, the three of you were ready to head out. It was a short walk to the park. Lizzie had convinced your mom that it was so short, so she'd always be able to walk there by herself. A, jakiś plac zabaw czy coś to jest chyba. Czy musiałem się napić? When you found her, she was hanging out the jungle gym, swimming back and forth. Przypominałem. Her face lit up when she saw you, her big brown eyes going wide. Dalia, Sherlock. Hi. She dropped to the ground and landed with a soft thud in the sand. In a split second, Sherlock had abandoned you two and scrambled over to stand by her. You were used to being left out when it was just the three of you, but now Cove was here. It was nice to have someone who stuck with you. Who's that? It's Cove, he's new. I remember, hi Cove. Welcome to my park. Nobody ever comes to play here, so this is where we get together. She gestured widely with her arms and as if to present the area to that newcomer. Without interrupting Lizzie's speech, Cove whispered in your ear quiet enough that the others wouldn't overhear. I thought kids couldn't own places like parks or hills. You couldn't help but laugh a tiny bit. Okej, czy on mówi, że nam na ucho powiedział, że myślałem, że nie może, że dzieci tak jak my to nie mogą mieć w ogóle na własnym swojego parku, w sensie placu zabaw jakiegoś albo wzgórza, tak jak my mu wtedy powiedzieliśmy na tym wzgórzu i że my się trochę zaśmialiśmy, bo w sumie, no prawda, taka ironia trochę, bo ona mówiła, że to jest jej park, plac zabaw. While Lizzie continued talking, you took the chance to kick off your shoes and wriggle your toes through the warm sand. Nice, huh? In this neighborhood, I'm the one who comes up with the ideas. You are? Yeah, I am. Who else could handle the job? Lizzie is the oldest. By a lot. My mom said you're Dahlia's age. Yeah. Oh, so I'm still the only one in this group with double digits. What about other kids? Other kids? There aren't any. We're the only kids here, and Sherlock is just visiting from another place. Not even tourists really bring their kids here. This is the land of ancients. Be careful that the oldies don't try to steal your yard. Okej, czyli jesteśmy sobie jedynymi dziećmi w okolicy, bo ci turyści ze sobą nie zabierają. Także jest nas mało. Oh. For a second, it looked like he might cry again. But something in his eyes shifted and he looked back at Lizzie. What kind of old people? Like moms and dads or grandparents? Grandparents who don't have kids. They hate kids. Why? We haven't done anything. Only some of them don't like kids. Stop saying stuff like that, you're gonna upset him. Yeah, they're really bad. Yeah. Nie wkurzę go. You interjected quickly, hoping Cove wouldn't start crying again. He sniffled his forehead, freezing with worry. Lizzie was staring Cove down, but Cove wasn't even looking at her anymore. He didn't seem to care that she was there. He went into his own head. Sherlock was the next one to speak, completely unaware of the situation. I met Lizzie and Dahlia in school. You'll see tons of kids there once summer is over. I don't want to go to any school. I don't want summer to end. Znaczy, ja nie chcę iść do szkoły, że to jest dużo dzieci w szkole, ale chciałby na zawsze już lato. Sherlock looked down to the dirt. He hasn't had much luck striking up conversations with Cove. I like summer vacation a lot too. All the building tension in the air suddenly vanished with Lizzie's laugh. At Sherlock's discomfort, at how weird she thought Cove was, at something else entirely, you didn't really know, but she laughed fast, scrunching up.
Okay.
Welcome to Sunset Beard Cove. Take a seat, put up your feet and get used to it. Momentka. No, że on takie powitanko, nic go wita. Uach. Nie wiem o co z tym chodzi. You offered him a smile and that at this look at reassured him some. For the rest of the summer, Cove was always there. You saw him more often than Sherlock, and on some days when she was in a bad mood or busy, you even saw him more than Lizzie. He became a staple of your everyday life. The way sun and lunch and the beach were. Looking back on it years, you wouldn't realize that you had a tiny crush on him right away. Dobra, czyli tak. Czyli w sumie przez resztę lata widzimy Cove'a dość często. Zwłaszcza jak ma jakiś zły nastrój ktoś, albo gorszy, albo coś. To widzimy go na pewno częściej niż Shiloha, częściej czasem nawet niż Lizzie. Patrząc przez te lata późniejsze, zdajesz sobie sprawę, że miałeś delikatnego crusha na nim. One that had made you want to spend as much time as with him as you did. Of course, that was only the start of things. Co tu mam wybrać? Dobra, czyli tak, czyli że stałem sobie sprawę, że ma na nim crusha i chciałem spędzać z nim jak najwięcej czasu. I moment select, step pierwszy. Fireflies, Stone Castle, Long Day, Grown Up. Ja bym prosił, nie wiem, Fireflies? Okej. Gdzie będziemy łapać te świetliki. At this blunt declaration from your sister, you look up from your macaroni and cheese dinner. Fireflies were a familiar sight over summer, coming out on a warm night to dance through the sky. Dajcie moment, napiję się. Już sucho już w tym gardle. Ale i tak jest lepiej niż wczoraj. Moment. Dobra. Tonight was particularly balmy. You knew that were bound to be a ton of them around. Będzie ich pełno. Oh, you are you? What that is? To szybciej jem. Szybciej jem, żeby szybciej pójść. A grin curved your lips as you started to eat a bit faster, excited for what was to come. It seemed like you were too excited, however, as you started to choke and cough on your food from shoveling it down so quickly. Mommy reached over to pat you on the back, firmly helping to dislodge the noodles and enable you to breathe again. You took a big gulp of water from your glass, giving your mom a sheepish look. Oops. That's a good idea, Lizzie. Can we Mrs. Rose Gold? Shiloh tapped his fork against the table excitedly, his face lighting up as he looked at Lizzie. It was unusual for Shiloh to still be here. Like always, his mom had to bring him over really early in the morning before her job started. No, czyli, że tak. Chcę iść na świetliki, ja zacząłem je szybciej, Shiloh też chce iść, bo jest tutaj, mimo że zwykle nie siedzi tak długo. No i czekaj, co dalej? Normally she would have picked him up by now. Że już by go odebrała dawno ta mama od tego Shiloha. She called before dinner to let your mom know she'd be late. You didn't hear why? Probably more work things. Prawdopodobnie przez więcej pracy, po prostu jego matka nie może go teraz odebrać jeszcze. You thought maybe getting a hangout with Shiloh for longer? It's what made Lizzie want to keep running around outside. Staying at home and watching TV was never an option for her with guests over. That's why you were pretty sure she'd get your moms to agree. Well, it's already so dark out here. Że jest ciemno. No ta mamuśka mówi. Lizzie gave mom the best puppy dog eyes she could, slowly spooning mac and cheese into her mouth while you waited there for their response. Zrobiła przeoczka jakieś takie i... Puść ich. Taka noc nie zdarza się często. Your parents exchanged a look that mom eventually sighted and nodded back. Yes. Along with Liz's cheers, you threw your arms up in triumph, but waited until you finished chewing to saying anything because you knew it was rude to talk with your mouth full. No, że nie chciała gadać z pełną gębą, więc tak, mamuśka mówi. Fine, just make sure you stay on the hill behind our house with all the puppies, okay? Jakieś maki są za domem chyba. Dach mam. That's where most of them are. The idea, a w ogóle zapiszmy sobie, bo to już za chwilę zapiszemy. The idea had only just been planted in your head, but already you could just picture all the glowing lights spread out in front of you, like the fairies from the bedtime stories mommy reads sometimes. All too quickly it became a race to see who could finish their food first. Czyli wyścigi, kto skończy jedzenie pierwszy. No choking at the dinner table now. That's right, if someone died we'd have to cancel the Firefly trip after all. Aha, żartuję, jak ktoś by umarł od tego zadławienia, to musieliby odwołać wycieczkę dla świetlików. Mom said it like a joke, but you knew that we're both telling you kids to slow down. She die. Nie było tego jakby co. She did immediately. When you glanced at Lizzie, you saw her still eating faster than she could. Elizabeth. No one is gonna die, shish. A knock on the door interrupted Mom before she could no doubt scold your sister. Dobra, mamy półgodzinny odcinek. Myślę, że w tym momencie skończymy, bo myślę, że to będzie jakaś mega scena. A nie chcemy oczywiście, żeby to się tak rachciach skończyło. Więc najzwyczajniej w świecie zostawimy sobie po prostu to na później. Także serdecznie dziękuję za oglądanie, że byliście tu ze mną i zapraszam do kolejnych odcinków. A dzisiejszy, no, podobał mi się, ale myślę, że będzie jeszcze lepiej. Że zobaczymy, co się będzie działo podczas tych świetlików, ale to dopiero w kolejnym odcinku. Dzięki za wszystko, do następnego, hej!